Harry, you are good at singing, you just don't try hard enough.
I beatbox.
Show, please, this is great.
Hot take, karaoke shouldn't be for good singers.
That's just because you're not a good singer. I'm sorry to say it. Karaoke is when I get to shine and I get to put on Kiss by
That's
Prince.
what us non-good singers say.
Just get good at singing.
Our non-good singing asses don't like it when you sing well at the karaoke.
Is that called jealousy? Is that projection I'm sensing there?
No, actually, I think it's not that. I think if you are good at singing, it's fine. If you're bad at singing, it's fine. I feel like people who are loud at singing should not be at karaoke.
Or like the obnoxious ones?
I have karaoke with people who are really loud, like they don't need a mic and they're still holding the mic, and then you can't hear anything, and they're basically like shouting it. And it's even worse if they're good because they're loud and good, and you just can't sing with them.
You can't drown out the talent.
Yeah, I feel like I'm whispering in karaoke, even though I'm trying so hard. I'm singing, I'm really singing, I'm pushing it.
You gotta sing from your stomach.
I'm doing my Sam Smith, but they're just better than me.
I think the mics are not good enough at karaoke. Like that's the point. Like they're already not great mics.
No, it's all about singing as loud as you can, guys. That's how we establish the hierarchy in our social groups. Whoever can make the people laugh the most when they sing the song, that is the alpha.
No, you don't want to make people laugh because you don't know if they're laughing with you or at you.
Doesn't matter. If people look at you and do this, there must be something good that they're looking at, right? Yeah. We got Harry. We got Cell. What rhymes with Cell? It's Mel.
That was actually a lot better than I thought. I thought you were just pretending that you could beatbox and then you were going to give us something bad.
See, I didn't enjoy going to school from the ages of 12 to about 15.
That's why you're so stupid.
No, I was just getting bullied. I saw this one video with this guy
The
called...
deflection. I'm so sorry.
And that, guys, is how
we
we
get in-
deal with bullies. Today, I have my lovely boyfriend, Harry, and I have my lovely friend, Celeste. We were talking a lot about female friendships, which I thought was really fun because I have had an awful track record with female friendships. And Harry likes to think it's because us females, what did you call us, Harry?
Bleeders.
Us bleeders are the problem because we're too emotional. And Harry, at first, before I put words in your mouth, Harry, please go ahead and state your opinion.
Thank you. To all bleeders out there, he, hims, any alls, they, thems, whatever it may be. Or that, that's... Come on, let's be realistic here, right? Anyway, one of the strengths of the feminine energy is that you get very good at hiding your emotions, not showing it on your face. So that's why a lot of female friendships don't, or rather I've seen them many a time, not work out well. Because there'll be one female that's like, you what the hell? And like talk about something, but the other one turns out had a mask the entire time and was hiding this really negative part about their personality. I feel like with guys, it's either one or two things. Is things are settled straight away and fast. Like the moment it happens, it comes out early. Or guys just forgive the negative side of people because they know that the other person's good at heart.
Or do guys just overlook their friends' flaws so that they can stay bros and they don't have hard conversations?
Yeah, but girls also don't have the hard conversations. We kind of just stray away or resort to the group chats, the talking behind the back, and then just stop being friends.
So guys are able to fully forgive and move on from an issue, but women can't do that. Is that what we're saying?
No, I think, I don't know, the example I would draw is just the style of friendship. Females do face-to-face friendship, right? It's like, let's talk to each other. Guys do side-by-side friendship. Let's do shit together. Right?
We're kind of doing shit.
Yeah.
Girls love doing shit together. Like, I would put on a face mask and I'll be like, you can read your book and I'll watch my show.
I'm assuming what you were trying to say is like how when there's a conflict or when there's like a different disagreement, like how do guys handle it versus how do girls handle it?
Yeah, and I think like guys also just tend to be more crass in general. Guys are really just in your face with this stuff, right? But girls, like, you don't want to be nice lah, right?
I think that's a generalization because I'm not nice and I'm a girl.
I don't think girls are trying to be nice also. I think we have so much at stake in a way.
Harry has a very good quote for that.
Yeah, I don't know where I got this quote from. I can't remember. But it was, the feminine is born on a pedestal at the top of a mountain, and it is judged by how far they've fallen. The masculine is born at the bottom of the mountain and is judged by how high he climbs. That's kind of like the dynamic I see, like the male and female role, the masculine and feminine role.
That makes sense, because then it's like women have more at stake. Like if you go into a social setting, society's ideal picture of a woman is someone that's sweet, knows when to laugh, someone that's polite, and hopefully someone that's intelligent and easy to talk to. Meet someone like me for the first time, they get a first negative impression of me because they're like, oh, she's really weird, or she's, you know, she swears a lot, she's really loud, she interrupts people. People get a first bad impression of me, but going by your logic, it sounds like my first impression was the most ideal first impression because I don't put on any masks. I'm just as I am. But then as a woman, when we are as we are, it is easier to shut that down. But then if you're a guy and you're at a party and the guy's there cracking beers and he's making jokes and he's being a flirt, like not that these are all bad things, but it's more acceptable when you see a guy do that because you're like, yeah, that's just a bro being a bro.
But can I also just say, I think the ones that are judging the girls are the girls.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Don't judge the guys because they're not one of us, and we're just like, oh, he's just a guy, he's just like chilling with the bros. But if we see a girl being all like, oh, look at me, like, okay, not a pick me girl, but like just someone who's like louder, more like in your face, especially when you meet them for the first time, you're gonna kind of be like, this girl is too much. Which is why I think girls are like more at risk of being judged, and then we admittedly we do judge more than I think we judge the guys.
How we behave around girls is our toned down version. Like we're more crass with lads.
So you are saying that you then do also put on a mask?
Yes, but only to girls because we're trying to impress them. Why are girls doing it on girls?
I think girls do it onto girls because they also want to earn the respect of other women. Like when you're with guys, don't you guys, in a way, the way that you behave with other men is a way to earn their respect? Not in like an alpha male, or the alpha males will say that's how you be an alpha male. You assert your dominance and you show in your group of friends that you are the capable one or whatever. But I feel like in female women's circles as well, I want to, not that I'm going out of my way to impress the people that I'm around, but like I'm aware that they're perceiving me, that they're judging me. So I'm not gonna put on a mask, but you're just more aware of it. But it's still a choice that you have to make of, do I want to be myself and allow people to have misunderstandings about me? When I go into a social setting, I can choose to be fully myself. However people form their first impression of me, I'll have to deal with that. But it's easier to just have a bit of your personality and just be polite. Maybe that's the difference. Women don't mask. Maybe we're more polite.
I will use the word fake.
Yeah, like...
And but also I think it's okay. I think I'm sorry. Let me just like I'll say it really quick. I think
we got two misandrists. I'm fighting for the women here.
No, but I think it's okay to be like a bit fake and like be a bit like polite, and also okay to like be fully yourself. But no matter how much you want to be fully yourself, when you walk into a room of strangers, you're gonna be a bit fake. You're not gonna be like, this is everything I am, like take me. But the question with the mask topic is, how come after meeting people for the first time and the friendship goes on a bit, why do you still have that mask up as a girl? Why? And why do you accept things that you don't like as well from like other people?
I've heard of females breaking out of friendships after like 2 years. Is it they were growing as people, like, and then a negative side of them came out, or was it they were hiding the negative side? Like either or, being able to have a conversation and be understanding with all the good times in a friendship should be a natural procedure, right? And for guys, maybe it's because for us, when it gets to too intense of a battle, there's only one thing, which is we're fighting, right? Like in the end, we resort to violence, right? Like settle it the old school way, like fucking. You get to, I mean, you're not gonna kill each other, but you're gonna fight lah. You know, like guys as friends, like especially those that have been friends for a long time, like at least shouting arguments, right? Like you get to that point in the relationship, but it's resolved.
I don't think that's healthy though.
No, but it works, right?
I know,
it works. No, but like it only will happen.
So does beating your child so that they stop speaking.
No, but this will only happen
it's not healthy.
If both parties have the understanding. It's like, there's the unspoken rules, like no hitting the balls, no fucking lasting damage and shit like that.
No broken bones.
Like a spa. Okay, a spa. Maybe not a fight. A spa,
I do love a good spa, but not this kind of spa.
Okay. Can you give me one example where like a feud with a guy will actually lead you to decide like, you know what? I'm going to punch you tonight.
No, I'm saying
Meet me outside.
it's that kind of people that, like, if you're already surrounded by guys that do that, right, naturally it would happen. But it's only if it gets to an extreme level, right? Like if it gets to really heated, I mean, okay, obviously there are guys with anger issues, etc., that just get into fights, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but if it's like between in a friendship, it has to reach a peak level, like after trying to talk to people like back and forth, and it's something that's really bothering one party and the other one's refusing the budget, just being an asshole about it. It all boils over, right? So like, not necessarily a fight, but it would be enough intensity, you know, like we'd be shouting at each other, right? We'd argue.
I don't think you can back violence. I don't think you can advocate for violence. I think it's a bad friendship coping tactic, but like you said, it exists. I don't think it's just for men though. Women can get into screaming shouts. Maybe I haven't had a female friendship where I just had a screaming match, because I would just have a panic attack on the spot and cry. You hear stories about girls who are like, oh yeah, this is my best friend. We argue and we'll shout and we'll like push each other and punch each other and pull each other's hair, and they're best friends, they're besties. So maybe that's not healthy. I wouldn't generalize it and say that that's a thing that men do, because I think that's a bit unhealthy to attach that to men. There's just some people, like you said, some friendships work like that. I guess if both parties consent to a duel, to a feud, a temporary a bout of battle, I think there's no harm in that. You know, like if you're looking at your mate in the face and you're like, this can only be settled one way. Pa! And then the guy punches you back. Pa! And you're there like, fuck. Oh, but I love you, bro. You're still my homie. That's fine. I'm chill with that. But I don't think it's good to be like, this is a manly thing. No, men do this. Generally as well, women, I don't like the word fake, because it implies that you're being something that you're not. Again, Harry put something into perspective with me that was really nice, where I was like, Harry, I don't want to go to parties. I don't want to go to social events and be fake. I don't want to be someone who I'm not. And Harry put it into a nice perspective where he said, you don't have to be someone else, but you also don't have to show your full self. Meaning, I don't have to do anything that I as Mel wouldn't do, but I don't have to show people I've just met all facets of my personality. Sometimes I go somewhere, if I see it's a dumb crowd, I'm not going to try and have intellectual conversations. They don't get to see that side of me. Or sometimes if I'm going to a serious place, they're not going to see my funny side. But it doesn't mean that I'm not funny or I'm not intellectual. It just means that I didn't show my full personality, and I don't think that's fake. I think that's like reserving a bit of yourself to see if you meet that person again, then they slowly can learn more about you. But I think it's a problem if the things you were hiding were negative things. So if you're actually mean, you're actually selfish, you're actually competitive, you're actually jealous. And if you're hiding those on your first meet with anyone, whether it's a guy or a girl, whether it's a friend or a romantic partner, someone you're dating, I think then that is a bit fake. But if you're not being fully yourself, then I wouldn't say that's fake. I'm glad we could agree, guys.
Okay, I have a question then. Then do you think it's because girls are more forgiving when it comes to friendship? Like if it's just one thing you can get along with the person, you're okay.
No.
Opposite.
No. Okay, I've got like two things. Like first, like she said, if you don't show your really bad stuff, then that's being fake. But also like, Mel, who's gonna walk up to someone and be like, yeah, I'm freaking competitive?
It's about communicating it, right?
But like the first
said
time-
men do that, right? They go in there themselves, you know, you rah whatever. I don't know what men do, rah.
But it is like what you said. Like the first time you meet someone, you want to show them all the good qualities. So it's like a first date with whoever you're attracted to, right? You show them everything that's good on the first, second, third date, and then it starts to show. I don't think girls are more forgiving the flaws that we see. Well, at least me. It's more of like, I mean, I would just compromise. We spoke about this. Adult friendships, so hard to like just get one friend. It's so hard that you kind of just like, yeah, I'll just let it slide. I'll let it slide. You know, we're not fighting. It bugs me, but like, you know, you're nice still at the end of the day.
But isn't a friend's job to, with the assumption that you want to deepen the friendship, wouldn't it be your job to inform the person like, hey, you're stepping on my toes. I don't mind you doing this, but could you just not do it with me? In the end, how they react to it is what determines the friendship. Why is that not a norm in female friendships? The moment the toes get stepped on, it's a fight.
That's along the same line of thread that you said with men. We just don't choose aggression. Men use violence, right? Aggression. Women use passive aggression. Generalizing speaking, traditionally, historically, that's the only way that women can show that they're mad. Back in the day, a woman can't go up to a man and punch him in the face. A woman had certain societal norms that they had to follow. So women use gossiping. They use reputation, damaging your reputation, damaging your face. That is a woman's form of aggression, because women can't use violence. And even if a woman chose to use violence, they're not going to win, right? Especially not against a man. So linking to what you were saying, which is why don't women just straight up say it to the face? Sometimes we need time to process that emotion. If we're generalizing, if we were to just say the emotion out in that instance, it's not going to be very nice. Like, I've done that before. I've lost my temper with friends or with people, and it doesn't end well. It's not nice, and I don't come out of it feeling very nice. So I take time to sit and I think about it, and now I'm learning to think about how will this person receive it. And if I value them as a friend, I don't want to hurt my friend, even though I'm going to tell them something that they've done to hurt me. The same way, if you've wronged me as my partner, I want to make sure that I tell you in a way that I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to be like, oh, Harry, that thing you said the other night was really fucked up of you to say that. I don't want to be like that. I want to be like, Harry, that time when you told me something, you know, I didn't really like that. I want to have that state. But I agree that it hasn't been normal, or for at least for me, 'cause again, I don't want to generalize it. Maybe I've just had a really bad string of maybe we've both had really bad strings of female friendships. So I don't want to generalize it, because I hear of people having really love sisterhood bonds and stuff like that. But for me, at least, it's been very difficult to open a conversation with my female friends and for it to be reciprocated back, and for other women not to take it as an attack. So I feel like women take it as an attack of like, you failed, or men would take it, you must take it the same way, right? If I tell you something you've done wrong, you might take it as an attack. And then the initial response is to defend. And the easiest defense is to use another attack back. So maybe that's something that it's not just women, but generally as a society, I'd like to think that we're moving towards more open conversations. Because like you said, it's getting harder to find good friends and keep them. So maybe now it's also at our age, because all of our female friendships were in the past when we were younger and less mature. But now I'm hoping as we step into our late 20s and early 30s, we're going to be more matured. Our prefrontal cortex has developed, hopefully. Maybe not Harry yet, because he's a male species, a non-bleeder. But hopefully now, maybe it's an age thing. Maybe our previous friendships were just kids, right? 19, 18, 20, 21-year-olds. I want to hear your story, though.
But this previous friendship one was last year. I was friends with like this group of girls, but closer to one of them. We did everything together. I was having like the best time of my life. That year I spent with them was like the best year of my life, because I found love, true love, with them. I do a lot of traveling, and then every time I come back, we would like drop everything just to spend time together, and it was really nice. Like my go-to girls. So it got to a point where I realized this group wasn't hitting me up as much. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe we're all just busy and stuff. And more in particular, the one that I was close to, she would be hitting me up every week. And then she kind of just like phased out of it. This is getting kind of sad, you know? And so I asked the other girls, is she all right? Haven't been hearing from her. Haven't been hearing from you, you know? And they're all like, no, I've just been working. I've just been doing this. I've been spending time with like my other friend, because like they're getting married and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then I go like, oh, I haven't seen you in like a month, you know? And I'm not in Singapore for like a long time. Like maybe we should hang out. They'll be like, yeah, for sure. Let me settle this wedding and then I'll hit you up right after. And I'm like, okay, sweet. I'll give you the space. It was like 2 weeks from then, that message. The 2 weeks pass and like don't hear anything from them. And bear in mind, during this period of when I was thinking like, oh, why aren't we hanging out? I would see them hanging out on Instagram.
Without you.
Without me. They would go clubbing, they would go for like lunch, they would go like do yoga together. And I was
they
like,
don't message
me.
us.
And we had a group chat, and like they even formed it, like found like 2 more girls to put into that group. I was feeling really bummed. Ever since I spoke up and said, oh, I don't see you like much anymore, they would still post on Instagram, but this time they would tag it like super small in the corner so I wouldn't see it if I'm like skipping past the stories. I picked up on it, and then after the wedding I tried to hit them up again, but then still busy. Radio silence. So a month passed, and then one of them messaged me, have you chatted to like the other 2? Are you meeting up with anyone soon? And I'm like, no, I think I'm done with the friendship, because I've been home for like 2 months. Nobody has hit me up and stuff like that. And it all actually kind of stemmed from me spending my birthday home, because I wanted to just watch the Barbie movie. And they were like, yes, let's do it. And we planned it in a month in advance. And when the day came, they told me that they went to see it with other people.
Wow, fucked up, man.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, but don't worry. For your birthday, we'll go to a cafe and we'll have lunch." I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, I'm fine with anything." So we go to the cafe, we have lunch, and then we come back to mine because what else were we gonna do? We were supposed to watch the Barbie movie, right? So we just came back to mine. They fell asleep on the couch. Before they fell asleep, they tried to talk about the Barbie movie together, and I just said, like, "Guys, stop. I have not seen it." They stopped for like a split second, and then someone said something again about the movie, and
Was
I'm
it
like,
3 girls that came over or the 2
"It was
of them?
three. It was three of them."
You guys never talked about it. You were never like, "Hey guys, what's going
So
on?"
there's the thing. So after the one that doesn't really hang out with us messaged me and said like, "Did you hit the other two up? Did you find out like if everything's all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, they said everything's all right. They're just busy." But it's been like 2 months, so I think I'm done with this friendship because I've reached out, right, to try and like hang out, right, but nothing. And I see you guys, I see y'all hanging out. You're not busy. You're too busy for me. I was like, okay, cool. When I told this person, I think I'm done with it and I'm okay with that, because I sat with this feeling for like over a month. I think she freaked out and she probably messaged both of them to tell them about it, because then suddenly our group chat, which has been dead, came alive. "What are you doing this weekend, guys? Like, let's make plans. Let's do this. Let's do that." And I'm like, what? Like, it's like it literally happened like a minute after I said I was done, right? So then I just replied, "Y'all go ahead. Like, I'm not free." I was leaving the country like the next week anyway, right? So I'm like, "Y'all go ahead. I'm not free, and it's gonna be quite like exhausting for me also to suddenly just like drop everything and deal with this." And I've made up my mind. I shut down the plans, and they asked me to chat like, "Why?" And I'm like, I'm just busy. Like, I want to spend time with my family before I go." It went silent again, and then the one that I was close to finally like messaged me personally, and it started out with, "What's up? I heard you don't want to be friends anymore." And I was like, and I didn't reply because it was midnight. It was midnight. I was rushing some freelance work. I didn't reply. I was just doing my stuff. And then an hour later, I look at my phone, and she sends me a long message, like a really long message, going on about like how like she's dealing with like family things. She hates her job. Her friends are getting married. She's busy.
Her
and stuff
friends
like
are getting.
that.
My friends are fucking getting married. My life is horrible.
No. She's the bridesmaid.
Oh, okay.
She's a bridesmaid. Oh, sorry, maid of honor, I think. Yeah.
But still, though, that's a horrible thing to say. That's
Yeah.
something
Right.
that. Yeah.
And like she's like, "Oh, I'm busy and stuff." But like I'm watching your Instagram stories. Like I'm seeing you guys are meeting up. So I didn't reply it, and I just like read the whole long message and I let it sit with me. And then I went to bed. The next morning I spoke to another friend who used to be friends with all of us. She said that they did a similar thing to her. They like phased her out of the group. History kind of repeating itself, right? I thought, okay, I'm gonna reply. I don't know if I made the right decision doing this, but I thought I'm gonna reply this message in the group chat, because if they're probably already talking about it, right? I might as well just straight up
It's a
say
power
in the group
move.
chat.
Power
Power-
move.
Because like,
Power
I
move.
don't want my message to be like lost in translation,
Yeah.
and then they screenshot things that they want to say.
Or they say she said this, and they
Yeah.
don't just show your message.
Yeah. So I did that. I sent like a long message in the group chat explaining like, number one, it started with the Barbie movie. That really annoyed me because I did say, if you guys don't want to watch it, I'll watch it with my boyfriend. And my boyfriend lives in another country. So y'all say y'all want to watch it, and I fly all the way home with you guys just to watch it. Like, watch it, right? And it was for my birthday. Like, they asked, "Is
Yeah,
this
that's
your
fucked up.
birthday wish?" And I said yes. And then they did.
They're just being assholes.
Bastards, yeah.
I was really annoyed. Like, it sounds dumb if I like don't tell the context of it, but it really like irritated me. So I explained that, and I also explained like directly to that one girl, "You've got family shit. You hate your job. You're busy. Look, everyone has family shit. Everyone hates their job. Everyone is busy. You make the choice if you want to meet your friends.
Make
You
time
make
for
the
it."
choice." Like,
Yeah.
and the best part about this whole story is after I sent that, nobody replied me for a day. I was like, "Oh, okay." You know, like they're letting it sit. 2 days. It's fine. All right. Day 4, I wake up and the chat is going off. It's like everyone is talking. And I'm like, okay, someone finally replied. Look at it. Next message. "So do you guys want to have dinner on Thursday?" "Oh no, I can't make it. Can we do Wednesday?" And it just goes off with the 3 of them planning a dinner.
Guilty.
That's
I'm still in the chat.
up.
Guilty.
That is so fucked. dude.
Guilty as
That
fuck.
is okay. Those are bitches.
Like you would think it's
Those are
guilty?
bitches.
My
No.
other friend told me, she was like, maybe they're doing that because that's how they like want to spite you.
Yeah, that's
They
why I
want to
say
make
the
you
bitches.
feel like shit, so
No,
they're
they would've
ignoring
kicked from the
you.
group.
So
I left. I saw that and I said, "You know what? Y'all do your thing. Thanks for the memories." And then I left the group chat.
This is the
heard.
craziest shit because Harry already knows the story I'm gonna tell. It is exactly the same. Damn, maybe female friendships are fucked, bro. I tried to be on the side, dude. So I had the same shit. 4 friends, right? And we were the white girls in our school. We were all mixed kids. So we were known as the white clique. And I was like the last person to come in because I just moved to Singapore. So I get to know these girls and we're great hanging out. I'm really close to one of them. Then a couple of months I'd hang out with one-on-one with another one, and then one-on-one with the other one. And I don't maybe I don't get the politics in friendships where like someone's a best friend or what. I just enjoy hanging out with whoever I enjoy hanging out with. If I enjoy hanging out with someone more, I'll hang out with them more. If after a while I like to hang out with someone else, I'll hang out with them more. So it got to a period where I was having family issues. I had torn my ACL and I'd gone through surgery, and then I had also left home. And was recovering from my leg as well. And I didn't have phone. Like, backstory, my family is quite toxic. So I didn't have access to my phone, internet all the time. I'm not allowed to go out without permission. If I do go out, it has to be within a curfew, or I have to have plans in advance.
How old were you?
I was like, how old was I? This was 20, I was 19 years old. 19 or 20 years old. It was the same thing. They would ask me to hang out, and it's my bad. I couldn't hang out because of family. I'm not allowed to. I'd say, sorry, I can't do late nights, or sorry, I can't have my surgery as well. And I had left home. I was not in a state to be meeting friends. I was kind of just trying to stay alive and figure out what were my next plans to deal with my life. Socializing wasn't really my priority, and I did tell my friends that, or rather I'm very active on social media, so they knew what I was up to and stuff. So they would ask me out and I'd say, sorry guys, I can't make it because of this. I'd give reasons. I don't just ghost them. And then eventually they started hanging out without me, and then I would be like, hey guys, like you guys didn't invite me. Like I would outright say like, oh, you guys went out and you didn't invite me. And they'll say, yeah, sorry, we thought you weren't free. And I'll be like, oh no, in the future, like please invite me. I feel really bad saying no, but there are times. It's not every single time I say no. Like it's like maybe 1 out of 3 times I say no, but the other 2 times I'll go, kind of thing. So then I find out that they're still hanging out without me. And now I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit sad. And then I get these messages of that they're basically lying within someone, the 3 of them is lying and saying that they're inviting me, and I'm saying no, when in reality they weren't inviting me. So then the other 2 would be like, Mel, you said you couldn't come. And I was like, hang on, I wasn't invited. I didn't know you guys were going out. They're like, oh, but this person said that she invited you and you said no. And I was like, no, nobody asked me. Like I would have come. I was actually free and had nothing to do. So I was really sad to see you guys going out because I would have loved to go out. So I confront the girl, tell her like, hey, I didn't invite me. I'm feeling kind of upset. Like I was honest. So I practiced open communication. I was like, I'm feeling a bit sad. I didn't say I couldn't make it. And then she just says the meanest fucking thing. She knows I'm going through family shit. And she says some mean shit. And then the last thing she said to me was, no wonder your family doesn't like you. And then she blocked me. And I was damn heartbroken, yeah. I was like, I lost.
But how did it get to the point for her to say that? Told her how you felt, and then she was like, you are the worst person alive. Your family hates you.
So, you know that my friend that lives 3 minutes away? That's that girl. That's my friend. So she was my best friend. Yeah. So she was my best friend. So we stopped talking for 2 years. So this is where shit gets complicated. We stopped talking for 2 years. And I was heartbroken. And I missed my friends. I lost 3 of my best friends. The only friends I really had in Singapore. I was really sad for 2 years. And then my friend moved overseas. They all moved across the world, kind of thing. And then one day after 2 years, my friend, the one that said the mean thing, she's in Singapore. And then my other friend connected us. And then I see her in her workplace. And then I just see her after 2 years of not talking. We just see each other. We just start crying because we missed each other. I was really sad. And then turns out the whole time she was also thinking about me. So I didn't want to bring up the 2 years ago situation. I didn't feel like I needed the clarity because I was like, I've got my best friend back. But then after a while, it was still a nagging feeling where I was like, I don't know what happened those 2 years ago. And now we're best friends again.
Did you talk to her?
So I did. I asked her. And this is why I don't know whether I'll keep this in because it's still slightly unresolved.
But like, will you even keep this whole story?
Maybe I will. I can just edit. So what led up to this conversation was I would tell her about the friends that I have and how I'm very forgiving for the friends that I have. So someone crosses a line with me, I'll get upset, I'll tell them. And if they apologize and they don't do it again, I'll maintain the friendship. This friend heard of the stories I was telling her and she was like, oh, that's fucked up that you'd forgive them for that. Like, oh, that's fucked up you forgive them for that. And then she kept bashing me for my choices in friends. And I was like, look, I'm only friends with you now because I forgave you. Like, if you think I'm too forgiving, you forget we wouldn't be friends. And then she deflected it and she said, no, it wasn't me that trash talked you. It was another girl. Because there were 3 girls. It was another girl. And I was like, wait, what? So I'm pretty sure she has not admitted that she was the one that sowed the seeds, and I don't think she remembers that last thing that she said to me.
She's got BPD also.
She's got BPT as well. She's bipolar, not BPD. So I'm
Mel,
like, I feel
Mel.
like it is.
Wait, like Mel, why do you always? I'm sorry, you have to cut this out. But why do you always pick people like this?
I don't pick them, Xia. I don't pick them.
I mean, like they come to you and you're like, come in. Yes, make yourself at home.
yeah.
I mean, you must understand
Yes,
the context also. Like,
Give me all your baggage.
she had just moved from Hong Kong, no friends, just the three of them from secondary school. There's no one else.
And my whole life, right, not allowed to go out, not allowed to socialize, right, in Hong Kong, never hung out with friends, not allowed to go to the cinema, can't go to a restaurant, never had a meal out with friends, very rarely went to birthday parties. And then when I moved to Singapore, when I'm like, how old was I? 15, 16-year-old? First social interaction there. I'm damn autistic. I don't know how to socialize. So
Okay,
I meet
but-
these three girls and I'm like, wow, we're having McDonald's fries after school. They ask me to hang out. They come to my boat and they swim with me. They jump on the trampolines. Like, it was fun. And then it just downhill.
Okay, but the thing is, like, yeah, fair enough. Like, you were 15, you made friends, and like that 15 to 19, this whole fight thing seems like a very normal time to have this kind of fight, right? And then letting her back into your life is like a yellow flag situation.
Yeah,
right?
okay,
and then
imagine-
she deflected, and that should have been the red flag
Yeah.
situation.
So, but the issue is that the other girl that she's blaming it on, I don't talk to her anymore. So the possibility is that it could be her. I tried messaging her to clarify, and I was like, "Hey, I still don't know what happened. Can we chat?" She just ghosted me. I texted her mom, like, "Hey, is everything okay with her? Because I've been trying to contact her and I can't reach her." And she's like, "No, she's kept her same number. She hasn't changed her number." And I was like, "Okay, I guess she's just ignoring me." She didn't say anything mean to me, but she didn't reply to me. So my supposed best friend is saying that that girl is the one that sowed the seeds, and so I can't check with that girl because I don't talk to her anymore.
okay, so but the question now is, why do you need to check with that girl?
Because
Why?
I have a feeling that my friend is lying. I've already confronted her about it, and I said, this story doesn't make sense. And she's like, no, it's that girl. So I'm like, do I trust my friend that this other girl ruined our friendship? And maybe my friend said something because she said something she didn't mean. She's spiteful. That is your friend.
And then
yeah.
and then forgot about it and be like, I did not say that. What are you talking about?
hasn't talked about that.
Haven't, yeah. Okay, that one, I have not reminded her of that because honestly, that was really painful. And I guess you're right. I should just sit her down and be like, yo, I haven't
Yeah,
gotten
sit her
over-
down on the podcast.
Oh my God. I know in my gut, the right thing to do is sit her down and be like, look, I can't get over it. You said this shit and I feel like you're lying. Can you just tell the truth and come clean with what you did? And let me be the judge of whether I still want to be friends with you, la. Like, if after 2 years she saw me and she was like, Mel, I'm really sorry. Those 2 years ago, I fucked up. I was jealous. You weren't hanging out with me. So I turned our friends against you because I miss seeing you. Because that is what I think the truth was. She's that kind where if she misses you, she will lash out at you. She will sulk like a baby. She'll throw a tantrum. And now I've called her out on that. I've been like, look, you can't throw a tantrum. If you want to see me, tell me you want to see me, la. And if I'm busy, then you don't get to see me. Like, just wait until I'm free. You know, we've got our lives to live, kind of thing. So I know I have to do that. Open communication shit.
I can kind of get her missing you when you were younger and then wanting to just like throw it away and like, let's be friends again.
That's why I would be okay if she let me make the choice of whether I want to forgive her. But I don't have the full truth
Well, but didn't you already forgive her by letting her back in?
because she said that it wasn't her. That's why. From the get-go. For like when we first hung out, I was like, so what happened? When we first reconnected after 2 years, I was like, so what the fuck happened? She said, oh, it's the other girl. So from the get-go, as soon as we reconnected as friends, that's why I feel like it's fucked up, because now we've been back together as friends for the last 3-4 years. So it's been a while. And I still feel like in my heart, in my gut, I'm like, it feels like this friendship would have been such a lie if I find out that to get me back as a friend, she just did the same shit she did 2 years before. She blamed it on someone else.
Okay, so back to the question at hand.
Wait, what? Oh, the mask.
Yeah. No, not the mask. Do you think that maybe it's just because the method of sharing dissatisfaction in a relationship for females is brought about differently, when with males, there's one thing that's quite common is because we roast each other so much, like that's a very common thing, that our tolerance for shit is higher, at least socially. So if someone were to get mad at someone else, it'd be like, dude, stop fucking doing this shit. Or like if a really good friend is just like, dude, you're not fucking working hard enough, you pick up your slack. Like, I don't know what the hell you're doing with your life, right? Like, you can just be aggressive and say it like that. But on the receiving end, by and large, I mean, provided you're trusting the person, your friends, most guys would get defensive, but then after a while it simmers, they'll be like, yeah, you know what, you're right. There will be never an assumption of the friendship ending. Friendship ending is when, you know, boundaries are crossed, like, fuck, you sleep with my girlfriend, like, shit, I'm beating you up, and then we're never talking again, right?
Okay, this is a problem I have with male friendships. Sometimes men are very forgiving of their friends' flaws as long as their flaws don't affect them. Like the whole issue
Amen.
of men really shut their eyes to some of the shit that their friends do. Again, generalization, but purely speaking from the male friendships that I've seen, a lot of men, they will say, don't do this, but if your friend still continues doing it, you know, a lot of men will, exactly, they distance themselves. They don't have those like conversations like us women do, where, or rather we avoid them.
I
not some of them
distance
we
myself.
avoid.
What?
I will, okay, well, like I said, I will tell someone, I'll be like,
Because I feel it's not very normalized yet for girls or boys to like sit
be
down and have like a
confrontational.
like a good like let's communicate properly and stuff. I think people are starting to get used to getting good at that with their partners. But when it comes to outside of a relationship, when you can't cuddle someone, when you can't hold their hand and stuff, it's a bit weird. Like, it's like, how do I just tell my friend, like, you're being like a really annoying person, like I can't spend time with you. Like,
Exactly
how do you do that? But with like, no, but like then they get upset.
If they made you upset, all you're doing is telling them that you're upset, right? I say this because I like to approach friendships like that. If I value a friendship, I will have those kinds of conversations. But I've had the issue of, you're right, the friend gets upset and then usually the friendship ends. So I'm trying to learn, how do I be honest when someone is stepping on my toes without upsetting them, but at the same time I don't want to sugarcoat it, because then I can't be completely honest.
For me, at least, I'm not going to speak for men here. I feel the decision of whether or not to talk about it is just the level of friendship. Like, all guys have like the inner circle. Okay, everyone has like their inner circle of friends. Like, you know, they're ride or dies. Whether or not they warrant the conversation is the level of the relationship that it already is at. So like, for example, you had a spat with one of my friends and you wanted to process it and you went a week without talking with him and he kept trying to like talk about it.
This is Amos.
Right? Yeah, it's Amos, right? Amos. So he's
just like straight up naming the guy.
No, I love Amos, and we've this is a good this is a good example.
Does Amos watch this podcast?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Oh my gosh,
this is the second time you're
okay, wait.
Amos.
I also need to say, like, shout out to Amos for him and I getting into an issue when we were younger. I don't know what you did. Like, maybe you brought it up. You told him? Like,
yeah, I just told him, I was like she doesn't want to come, and he's like, oh, is it because of this? And I was just like, yes, it is. He's just like, oh shit, what should I do? I'm like, what do you feel like you should do? He was just like, I should apologize. I'm like, go fucking apologize.
Yeah, and like straight up, like, I don't think people do that. People usually just brush it off.
Healed.
I woke up and I saw a message like on like Messenger. I think wasn't even like, it was the weirdest platform. Messenger, like a long message, like apologizing for the lack of a better word, being a little shit, right? And like, I took it like really well, straightforward, apologize, and I was like, you know what, it's all good in the past. Like, I appreciate the apology because that shit was like, it was not nice what happened.
Yeah, we were on call when he was crafting. He was like, Harry, you gotta help me. You gotta help me craft it. I was like, all right, sure, man. I got your back, dude. But yeah, it was his words. They were honest. They were truthful. Yeah. And Amos is a gem, and now he's Mel's best friend. Male best friend.
Yeah, so shout out to Amos for doing that. But also, like, now I need to know what the hell did he do to you?
So, okay, we're not gonna get into the details of what he no. Amos does something that upsets Mel, and she wants to process the emotions. Takes about a week, right? And this is right when we're about to leave for the UK. Basically, Mel punished him socially for like by not replying him for a while, but also she needed to process her emotions. And all I told her was, hey, in the end, he's at least warranted a conversation.
Yeah.
Because the friendship's been like money since, right? Like this is the first time he stepped on your toes. He warrants, like, you have to reward the good luck. He needs to have a conversation. I think you need to offer that respect.
Like I said before, I need time to process what happens and then think about how I feel about it. And because my always initial thought is always just pure impulse, cut this person off, never see them again. I don't even want to think about it because that's the easiest option, right? It's just done. All right, you crossed the line. I'm getting ready to delete you from my mind. I realize that's a very bad habit to have because then you end up losing a lot of people because you forget all the good stuff and you only look at that one immediate bad thing that's happened. So it was a really stressful time and he kept spam messaging me and trying to call me. I messaged him. I was like, I don't want to talk right now. Just give me a while and then we can have a chat. And then finally Harry was like, look, just hear him out. Just have a chat with him. And so he sends me this huge paragraph and I read it through and I read one time and then I look at Harry and I'm like, cannot stay mad at this guy lah. And it wasn't even a fake apology. It was probably, aside from apologies Harry has given me, it is the best apology that I've seen because he, one, states what he did wrong and how he understands how that hurt me. He takes accountability for it. There were no buts. There was no like, I'm sorry, but, or like, I did this, but you. Took accountability and he apologized really sincerely. That was very nice. So I replied and I was like, hey, thank you so much for this apology. I think I made like a joke as well to lighten the mood. Give me just a while. I'm still not kind of over it yet, but thank you for this. And we'll talk. Okay. So don't worry. We're fine. So I was like, I reassured him. I didn't want to like ice someone out or give them the silent treatment. So I don't like use the word punish, but I guess if he perceived it as punishment, then I'm sorry. I punished you. So I just let him know, like, give me a while and then we'll chat. And then I said, come and send us off at the airport. Like, I want to see you. But he punished himself and he was like, no, I feel so bad. No. And then I was like, Amos, come on, just come and see me lah. I don't know when I'm gonna see you, right? Just fuck come Changi, stay at the water fountain, say bye bye, cry a bit, then I ciao, you know? He's like, no, I feel so bad. So he ended up not coming, but we ended up seeing him a couple of months later and he calls us like every day. He just FaceTimes us and we just update each other on our lives and shit. So he is lovely. That for me is the most ideal friendship because it allowed me to be a better person, to take time to forgive someone and also like just be empathetic and try to understand that not everyone's evil. And for him, it was for him to also learn to apologize, which he's great at.
I think he was already good at it because he did it with me and it was good. So like, look at him getting a 2-star review over here. 2 people review.
So do you think you can form such a great friendship with Amos because he is extremely crass and brutally honest about how he feels?
Yes, but the same way he can be good friends with me because I am brutally honest and crass about how I feel. So that's why I don't think it's a female versus male friendship thing. I think it's just there's different social norms that have been put on both groups. Once people realize that they don't have to follow those norms, you don't have to be fake, you don't have to be aggressive, you don't have to ice each other out, then we're actually all the same, women and men. We will all, as we mature and we find these broken friendships and then we make them a bit more happier together, then we'll learn better ways to communicate. So that's why I don't think it's I'm hoping it's not a female friendship thing because I want to have beautiful female friendships, you know? I want to be one of those girls that braid each other's hair and then fucking watch shows and then fucking go out and hike. Just the girls, you know? No boyfriends there. Like, I want shit like that, you know? And I refuse to believe that female friendships are all just women who won't communicate, because I'm a woman and I communicate, and I know there are women out, like, I'm not that special. I know there are women out there that exactly,
yeah, but we just gotta find the ones that communicate like similar to how we want to communicate and how we communicate. Otherwise, we have to put in the extra effort to understand how they want to be communicated to, and we adapt and try to communicate to them in a way where they don't feel attacked, where they feel like they have now a safe space to
respect that, right?
Yeah, to speak back.
Yeah.
So I guess that links to what Harry said, which is it all depends on how much energy you want to put into a person. So if that person is giving you, like we talked about, like what benefit does a friend give you? If that person is giving you enough energy, like good enough energy, like more goods than bads, then it's less tiring for you to put the energy back into them.
Yeah.
The same way, like for your romantic partner, fucking tiring, you know. He also will say what? Damn energy a lot. But because the energy he gives to me on a daily basis, all the good shit, when there's bad times, I have the energy to like you know,
give
to
back.
give back
Yeah.
kind of thing. That's why I always say that I have the same standards for friendships as romantic relationships. I believe there's like a period where you date a friend. You don't even know the person. How do you know you're gonna like this person and have them as a friend? You need to get to know them. So you go out a couple of times. First impression, got the mask. Second time you meet, maybe less mask. Third time, maybe the true self, or fourth, fifth time. So it's like dating, and you find out more about a person until you realize, oh, I found something that I don't like, and it's not something that they're gonna change. So no longer be friends with this person the same way you do with a partner, you know?
The only way to do that is to be free yourself, right? Like, do be comfortable in your own skin at all times.
Okay, but like, what if you are comfortable as like yourself, right? And you try to hang, and then you start to be like comfortable and be yourself. And then as you're hanging out with this person, you realize there is like no vibe when I'm deciding to be myself and I'm already hanging out with you right now.
Sometimes if there's no vibe, there's no vibe.
Then what? Then
feel
I just
like-
leave? I just like, I gotta go home.
Like I said, apply this to a relationship. If you were dating someone and you're on a date and you're not picking up a vibe, what would you do? Would you continue to hang out with them and text them and lead them on for ages? No, you'd be like, hey, this was a really nice hangout. Thanks for inviting me out. I loved going to mini golf with you or going to an escape room. I'm actually going to call it an early night, but thanks a lot for that. That's honest.
Okay,
open
and then what if they
communication.
keep messaging you every day and sending you memes nonstop?
I mean, you just ignore lah. You don't have to reply, but it's not icing out. It's just social media makes it too fucking easy for people to access me. I'll just say that. Back in the day, you had to send me a pigeon, okay? And that took a couple days to arrive, and then I gotta send one back, okay? Even emails. People should not be having this much access to you. If someone texts you, you shouldn't feel obligated to reply. Like, I don't know how we've got into a world where I have to be clocked into dozens of friends in different time zones. Like, it's not possible for human beings. So a true friend needs to realize the reality of life is everyone has their own life that they're living.
No, but this is not a true friend. This is like a one Bumble BFF date that I went on, and she has not stopped sending me memes like every day. And then sometimes she'll message like, "Where are you? Where have you been? I
what
miss
would you do if this was a man?
I would not reply if a guy was like
Exact-
that. But it's been like almost 3 weeks, Mel.
Then
Every day.
block her. What? Like I said,
Portugal.
what would you do? What would you do if it was a man? If it was a man and you met on Bumble and you went on one date and you're like, nah, I'm not feeling it. What would you do? You would either tell him or you would block him.
But I feel so bad.
But
though,
would you feel
because
bad if it was a man?
A little bit.
No, don't feel bad.
I've got a story to share with. Back when I was in high school, there was this guy. He was very lazy at school. He used to be in our group. We used to do group projects, and he did basically fuck all. He was useless. After like going through 2 group projects with him, I stopped inviting him to be in group projects.
Why? Oh, because he's useless.
Yeah, because he's useless, right? I was just like, why the fuck? Like fill up a space with someone that can actually carry some work, right?
But sometimes useless people are useless, but they bring the fun. So I keep them
No,
in the
so-
group.
Personality hires.
No,
Yeah.
so you see, I'm the personality hire. The personality hire is the egg that binds the dough. You know, it's necessary, right?
So-
It's the binding agent.
Egg in dough.
I'm good.
No, just water and flour.
Just
Not
water.
just water.
Just water and flour to make
No,
bread.
so after I stopped inviting him to group projects, he started like he tried to be chummy with me. It's just like, oh, hey, Harry, I miss you, man. We've not like played pool, like hung out and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know this guy's last name. I don't know each other like that. He's like, I miss you, bro. And he kept saying, like, I miss
Wait,
you.
do
bro.
we even know? Do y'all know my last name even?
Chua?
Oh my god.
Oh shit, she didn't even know.
I did. I was saying, oh my god, you think I don't know? It's Tra.
Okay, now wait. Do you know my
On to
new?
the next
Do you know
topic,
my new last
gaslighting.
name? Wait, you guys
Gaslighting.
You guys
Celeste,
came
I
to the
can't
wedding.
believe you invited me to your wedding and you think I didn't know your last name.
Okay, wait,
That hurts my
wait,
feelings.
hold on. Thank
You know
you,
my last name?
Bickham.
That's right, because I put it on everything. Mel Bickham. Search me in Google, babies.
Okay, anyway, back to the point I was
You know my
saying.
Chinese name?
Back to the point I was making. This guy kept saying, I miss you, bro. I miss you, bro. And I straight up just said, I was like, I don't miss you, bro.
Yeah.
I just said
Exact. Just do that. Do that. Right. Do it right now. Do it right now.
No, he said, I said I don't miss you. He's like, oh, what do you mean? Right? And then I was just like, it's like, bro, I don't really know you. It's just like, no, but we're friends. And I always say, what's my last name? And the only time I ask that, no, see, it's not.
Oh shit! This
Right?
is the. Oh shit!
Yeah, no, but to be fair, it's because I don't really show my last name anywhere online. Right, like it's always been Harry Nyan. Only if that topic comes up is if I'm close to you, where I would just mention it.
Are we
right?
not close enough for me to
That's
know
like,
at this
you
point?
know, that's like Japanese culture where they call someone by their what? They call someone by their last name.
I would like to
Or
know
isn't
their
that a
last
culture?
name.
Last name, yeah.
Yeah, can you please
Can you
can you
please tell me?
debut your can you release your last name?
Hang on.
The face revealed it. No, so my last name is.
Celeste's not your friend because she didn't know your last
See,
name.
now she knows.
No,
Yeah, that was very.
now I can change it in my phone because my phone says Nyan Harry because
don't
they
do
actually
that.
put the last name comes out first. So even every time I message you, it says Nyan Harry.
Mine says Harry Bumble.
I've never.
And he's so mad because I haven't changed it.
He's your Bumble BFF that went. I
Yeah.
miss you. Where have you
Yeah,
been?
where are you, baby? Please reply to me.
Look at
Why
my
am I
memes.
Filipino?
Look at my memes. Now I'm giving a podcast review as a guest. But you tend to talk really long.
I do, yeah.
Like really long. And then Harry goes. And then
I
he
do.
gives up. And he's like, lost
It's
it.
because I wanna talk
It was
because I know
half that
he'll interrupt me
It-
and then I'll lose it.
Mel's the type of person to say long story short 3 times in a story.
Yes.
You know? Like,
Yes.
that's what annoys me. Like,
I know,
there's
I
this one.
say-
Wait, no. Amos, back to you again. This amazing line that Amos said. We were sitting in his park at a bench. We were chilling in our recent visit to Singapore. And Mel was telling a story. And, you know, she gets into a story mode where she gives the unnecessary context. Like, give necessary context. She gives the unnecessary
it's all
context.
necessary.
And all we hear is just Amos from across the table. Faster.
Oh,
And me, Daniel, our other mate Daniel, our other mate
Shahid.
Shahid, and Amos, we all just start chuckling to each other like, lol, that was so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Hey, I like to talk.
Okay, no, but
And sometimes I get on a really good pearl of wisdom.
it's
And I'm
good.
like, I want to finish this thought because if I don't finish this thought, I feel like I'll lose a couple of days off my life.
Okay,
you
but
know?
I have
gotta
a
get
friend
it
like
out.
that as well, where when she starts talking, we all just get comfy because we know it's gonna go long, and not because she goes long story short and then keeps going. It's because she just speaks really slow.
Do I speak
and-
slow?
No, but
say- you
but
say many
she
words.
really wants to tell people the story fully and let us know how she's feeling, and we're all like,
Damn, you gotta be locked in for that,
You
dude.
need an Amos in that situation. Faster.
That's why I try to talk fast. That's why I talk fast.
I'm gonna do that now. It's been like an hour and 15
I've been
minutes.
looking at the time and I'm like, when you guys want to stop? But I've been letting it go. We could have ended like a good 30 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
good, because the topic was so fast. But I actually feel the tidbits are more fun to
Yeah.
watch.
If you enjoyed the content today and if you like Celeste, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. Super fun. I hope I press record.
That was fun. What the fuck?